growing, offense. Even though I guess people have us statistically number one, we still feel like we can be better. We have 3 losses, so we're just trying to get better, and communication is key. That's how you get to where you want to.
Next 3, we got Cam, Catherine, and Richard.
Hey, DeAndre, can you just take us through the play from your vantage point? What did you see? Did you see Kyler scrambling around back there, and what did you see when the ball was in the air?
I seen him scrambling around. I knew he was going to try to, hopefully I don't have COVID, but hopefully try to get us the ball. Will give me the ball, or one of the big guys downfield that can go up and pinpoint it. Larry, Dan, one of us. So I saw him back there, doing what he do, making guys miss, and I knew I needed to put myself in position, if it came my way. Thank you.
Thrilled to hear you don't have COVID. Have you seen replays of that play also yet, of the touchdown?
In basketball terminology, that's what they call this. When somebody get dunked on. But it was on 3 people. Yeah. Yep. It was they were in position. It was just a better catch by I.
Yeah, DeAndre, when you guys win a game the way you guys won, I mean, this win wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have not given up on the play. If Connor would have not given up on the play to scramble to even get the opportunity to throw the ball. What does that do for this team's mentality moving forward, where no matter what the situation is, you guys can say, look, we've been here before and we've won games like this before?
Obviously we have a division opponent Thursday, so a win like this, it gives a team like us a lot of motivation, man. We're real hungry. We play with a lot of compassion on that field. I think a win like this, especially at the last minute, just kind of gives the team a boost, man. Let us know that we're always in it. Especially against a great team like the Bills, you can't take anything away from those guys.
Final 3 will go to
Josh. Thanks.
Greg, please.
So we just heard from the winner. Here's Josh Allen, Bills quarterback, just sitting down to talk about the heartbreaking loss.
Just walk through what your whole take was on where it looks like it's a win, and how do you put it into words?
Yeah, obviously, losing's never fun. To lose like that, it's painful. It hurts. So you play 16 minutes of the game, and throughout the game, and I put the ball in harm's way too often, and it shouldn't have come down to one play. And I take this very personally, and the 2 interceptions can happen. You can't expect to win after turning the ball over, and it sucks going into the bye week because it's going to be the only thing on our mind for the next week and a half, 2 weeks. But I think it's also a good thing. It makes us hungry. You're not going to win every game, but to lose this one, how we did, it hurts. But at the same time, it's fuel on the fire.
Josh, can you, as everything you said, obviously, what you are accountable for as usual, but you did throw. That was a next level throw to Stefan to seemingly win it all. How are you're on the sideline after that now. In your mind, what level of confidence did you have that you got it done despite all what you overcame?
I have extreme amount of confidence in our defense, and just tell them to close the game out. And unfortunately, it comes down to one play. It's the game of football. It happens. But like I said, if I do my job better throughout the game, it doesn't come down to that one play.
Okay. Thank you, Josh.
Hey, Josh, Heather Prusek here. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but just how tough is it to, you guys don't have a game next week to try to bounce back, and you've got to sit on this now during the bye week?
Yeah, like I said, it's tough having a week off and knowing like this is the last time you've played or you're going to play for the next week or 2 weeks, really. But, a lot of good things to learn from on this tape. I think offensively, in that third quarter, we stalled a little bit, and we got to find ways to get going a little better. Too many punts. Like I said, two turnovers, and we can't do that. The first half, we had a pretty good thing going, moving the ball and putting some field goals up. And again, that third quarter, late third quarter, early fourth quarter, we got to be better and find ways to move the ball, and that's on me.
What is it about the third quarter of games? Because it seems like that's kind of been, this team's Achilles heel, especially this season.
I mean, if I knew, I think it'd be better, but it's just game plan adjustments that the defense is making, and we got to find ways to figure it out faster. And it's myself and going and talking with the quarterbacks and Coach Dorsey on the sideline and figure out what they're trying to do. So I can have a better sense of what to do and how to get into our answers. So yeah, I mean, I hate losing. I take things very personally. I could have been better for the team tonight, and it shouldn't have happened. The last play, like I said.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
All right, you're sort of hearing the frustration from Bills quarterback Josh Allen. He thought he had the game-winning touchdown with about 30 seconds left in the game to Stephon Diggs. Only the Cardinals counter with that last gasp touchdown to DeAndre Hopkins. As we say hi, hello, we're crossing the top of the hour here on SportsCenter. Elle Duncan, Rob Ninkovich, Tim Hasselbeck joining you for the next 30 minutes to break down what turned out to be a crazy Week 10. I want to get your final thoughts before we move on what we saw from the Bills and Cardinals. I'll start with you, Tim.
Well, I mean, listen, I think when you hear Josh Allen talk about his frustration, Bills fans ought to be encouraged by that. You have one of the best quarterbacks in the game, young quarterbacks in the game, I should say, that, really at times carried his football team. And he's kind of shouldering the blame, even though there's probably some other blame to go around. I think this, though, for the Bills, I think they're a really good football team that's going to be tough for everybody the rest of the way. That being said, one of the ways you win football games, you run the football, especially when you have a lead. Josh Allen was the leading rusher for the Bills in this contest. That shouldn't happen. Yes, he's a good runner. That shouldn't happen. They need to get more production out of their running backs and their run game, especially when they're playing with a lead. In fact, if you look at previous seasons, that's really what Sean McDermott has done. That's been their formula to try to compete and stay in games before they were as explosive as they are on offense currently with Josh Allen as their starting quarterback. So I think the Buffalo Bills are a good team, but they need to find ways, to run the football more effectively, to win ugly at times. So what happens, tonight, doesn't happen again.
Yeah, they got away with it last week against the Seahawks because of their abysmal secondary. Didn't work so well today. What about you? Final thoughts on Bills Cards?
Well, I think that both of these teams have a chance to win their division and be in the playoffs, and they can make a lot of noise in the playoffs. And win and lose these games are really close. You're learning something. You're learning something about your team. Even in a Bills loss here, Josh Allen's going to watch the tape and say, look, I need to take care of the ball better. He threw 2 interceptions this game, probably could have been the difference here. And then you go on the other side of things in Arizona, they're watching their first half and saying, look, we need to play better in the first half. That'll put us in a position to not have to throw up a Hail Mary and win a football game. So during the season, it's a process. You're learning about your team, and both teams in this instance, in this case, are learning something about each other. Even though the Bills lost this game, they're on the road. It's a tough environment to play on the road, traveling across the country. There'll be a better team from this loss after losing with a hell